Oh, it's so good.
Spin there. Don't worry about it.
Oh yes, Gary. Suicide.
Exactly. There you go.
Hamster. Come on then, you sit down. Right, taking Hemi for a haircut. We'll drop Hemi off because he's a little bit in the way, and we'll come back to it. So what have you done to this Volvo to make it look like it does?
It's a 1965, and the grills are from the early pre-65. That's a 64 back to about 61 grills. They're multi-piece as opposed to single pressing. Okay. These are nicer, quite hard to find, but strictly speaking, I shouldn't have it. B18 badge is the 1.8 engine that it should have, but it's now got the B20, the 2 litre. But I don't like the badge, so I left the B18 on it. No, because it's the correct one for this car anyway.
Yeah.
The bumper should be 3 pieces, it's 1 piece.
Yes.
Cost a fortune to get those re-chromed. Indicators are US market, they're clear as opposed to orange. Mm-hmm. But it's got orange bulbs, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. That's it on the front.
Yeah. And there's a little pinstriping thing that you went to a show and came back with a bit of pinstriping.
Hot rod pinstriper.
That's a good thing. And the colour is Polestar blue.
Yeah,
the roof.
Volvo Polestar Rebel blue, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Very bright, Marmite colour. You love it or you hate it. Obviously, I love it. And the roof is just because I thought the car in one solid colour was too much, so two-tone. And Amazons up to about 61, most of them were two-tone, and two-tone seemed to suit Amazons. So hence the two-tone.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
and it's matched, mirrored in the wheels as well, the same colour on the roof as on the wheels.
Yeah, exactly the same colour on the wheel, which
works really well.
Grey. Suspension at the front is dropped 60 millimetres. At the back it's 40 because Amazons estates tend to sit down at the back, so it's dropped more at the front than the back to try and bring it level. It's got a slight nose down stance, which is obviously what I like. On the side, obviously the doors,
that's a big one, isn't it?
Because it's a 2-door, not a 4-door. Those doors are, I won't bore you, but they're the same length as a 2-door door, but they're actually not 2-door doors because of the fact that they're suicide. But anyway, they're exactly the same length.
It's the B pillar, the canted forward B pillar.
Yeah.
It's not standard.
None of it's standard. The B pillar and the C pillar. The C pillar in the middle of the windows, I fabricated that, and the B pillars I cut and angled, and that's all to match the angle of the D pillar at the back, so that it flows. So it looks factory.
Yeah. See.
A, B, C, D.
Of course, yeah. That's the one.
Roof rack. It's an American market option, very, very hard to find in Europe, England, anywhere. Useless as the roof rack because it pockets square on the roof and the slats sit on the roof, so it's useless as the roof rack.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It looks great. I mean, on the back, where the pinstriping is, there should be a number plate which hinges down when you lower the tailgate.
Yes.
The tailgate's open like that.
Split gate. It's very neat, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know they're very rigid, so you can sit on it very easily. And this is standard factory.
And this bit of pinstriping here, signed as well.
So there should be the number plate there.
Yeah.
But I've removed all that, welded everything up, and on here, this is still a 3-piece bumper. These are the factory. For stepping onto if you're loading stuff on the roof rack. So that's all factory. But I've cut in a section from a spare front bumper from along here to give me the flats so that I can mount the number plate. And I've got motorcycle LED number plate bolts,
Nice.
so it's legal, officer.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is the tail lights they're all red, which is a US market, and they're only 2 bulb. The European ones had a reversing light in it, but
Oh, it's half clear, isn't it?
yeah, and they look like the 3 bulb ones, but actually quite a lot of differences, but they just look exactly the same. But they're quite hard to find, especially the reflectors. So I've got red indicators, but
Oof.
on the back here, this ribbing, the 2 panels, there's a split there. On the estates normally they just go straight around, there's none of this, but this is on saloons. So I let in some saloon panels there, and I let in the whole section here, so that I just like the look of the saloons.
Yeah, one of the best features of this car is how you open the doors.
Oh, you've done that.
When you pop that bag of shit down.
Yeah. Right, suicide doors. We'll do it on the other side because it pops open more.
It works properly.
Well, no, this one's got more. It seems to have a better spring on it.
Oh, okay. So a simple press of the button on the key.
Yeah, no door handles. So
No door handles.
Use the flipper.
Oh yeah. Yes. There you go, Hemi. It's brilliant. What a touch. And it's all really neatly done as well, because obviously this is the section of the door which would be the hinge and no one would see it because it'd be in there, but you've managed to make it look
It's got the proper
neat.
bear claw latches, which is what you have to have on suicide doors. Plus it's got deadlocks.
Deadlocks is really important, and deadlocks are operated here on the dash.
Yeah. But you can do them manually as well.
Yeah, we've got a manual down there.
Just in case the battery's flat or something.
Yeah, in case you need to get out.
Yeah, if you roll it.
Yeah, I need to get out. And you've got a tacho here.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Look at this.
I mean, yeah, I tend to drive on the tacho anyway.
Yeah,
anything.
I just listen to the engine note actually. Myself.
Yeah, the same sort of thing. But Grant steering wheel recovered to match the trim. The doors are retrimmed in the same pattern as the factory, but factory is a very nice quality vinyl. But this is obviously leather.
Yeah, I noticed that the leather is a really nice leather as well.
Yeah, it's Napa, I think they call it.
Napa. Oh yes. Yeah. Napa.
But this is all custom because the door, obviously, it's so modified. But this is a Chevrolet 3100.
Oh, is it?
That I've had reupholstered. But it's again in the standard original. It should have a big Mac pocket.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the dash itself, obviously that bank panels there, that I made that. But there should be on the left. There should be a hole for the radio, or a radio blanking plate, and a grab handle. So I've removed all of that, welded it up, and just put that Amazon badge, which is from the very early Amazons.
That looks really good. I hadn't realised. Yeah, there's a radio cutout, isn't there?
Yeah. And on the far left, there's a big grab handle.
Yeah, there is.
So,
did you put the shelf in down here?
Yeah, well, there was one there, but it was so shallow, stuff easily fell out. So I made my own version out of metal, and gave it a much taller lip, so stuff actually stays in it.
Yeah, or tow rope and everything.
Yeah. That's for your cars.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for thinking of me. You know what you're doing, don't you, Gary?
Well, I bumble along.
Well, you bumbled very well in this case. Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's such an interesting looking car, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with it. You know, there's obviously I want to change the fillet flap arrangement, but that's just a detail. It'll mean we have to respray the whole wing there, but
oh, it's all right. You can manage.
Have compressor wheel.
It's
there.
when you actually have the door open like this, and you realise that the roof is the same colour as the interior and the inside of the door and the wheel. Yeah. It all ties together. It looks really good. It's a nicely done job. It really is. And the thing is, this has been up and running for a year.
No.
I
Year before last, I had it on with the 1.8 engine, and it was too low. It was 100 at the front and 60 at the back. And then from the beginning of last year, I've had the 2 litre engine in it. So it's really the 3rd year that it's been on.
Oh, it's 3 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it looks just as good as it did when it rolled out of your garage.
It needs a good clean of the compounding, but yeah, thank you.
No, you're welcome. That is a really good car. And what I'll do is I'll put the video up, and if anyone has any questions, we didn't look in the engine bay.
Oh yeah.
Look at the engine bay. I'll put the video up, and if anyone's got any questions, and they go, well, what ratio is the flange at the thingy set at?
3.9 at the back.
3.9 at the back, is it? Yeah, 3.9 at the back, the flange setting on the thingy. So yeah, and I will endeavour to answer your question if you ask one.
Right, so it's this is the 2-litre version of the engine called a B20, and it's running 45 DCOEs Webers, 4-branch tubular exhaust, 2-inch, and the whole system is 2-inch.
What I'll do is I'll go like. Nice little camera. So the Weber,
and it's got a brake servo, obviously. It's an Elfland Wren dynamo, so it's got an alternator from the very late Amazons.
yes.
And obviously brake servo. You know, the engine's operated, it's bored and running hardened valve seats and a lumpy camshaft. Just standard tunings, balanced and what have you. There's 140 brake, which is 10 brake horsepower less than the 1.8 that was in here before, but that was a bit of a screamer of a camshaft. So this one is a more mid-range, and it's got loads of torque. And torque is king.
It is, yeah. It's the most important, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so neat, and the thing is, this is what always happens when you take a camera and you start poking it and things. It won't do this justice. How clean this is and how perfectly done.
I'll tell you one thing: the engine's painted black because these engines are actually called red blocks. They're always painted red, and a few of the rivet counters have said, "Oh, your engine should be red." Yeah, but it should be. But I don't want a red engine bay and a red engine in a blue engine bay, so black it is.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, Gary, that black and blue you should never do.
No, it's red and green should not be seen, isn't it?
Well, yeah, well, both actually. But never mind. No, it looks so good.
I've even got. These are normally black or red, and I managed to find a blue one.
Look, it's the little touches, isn't it? Right, so is the bonnet going to close, Gary?
Because you're standing here. No, of course not. You're jinxing my car. There we go. It normally shuts every.
It's normally perfect, isn't it? It's never happened before.
No, it hasn't. It's you. You've jinxed it.
Oh. Do you want me to do it?
No, you just stay away from my car.
Doesn't seem to work, right? Maybe whoever put it together didn't do it right.
It's never done this before.
Do you know how good it's going to be when I... Oh.
Get out!
Brilliant. There's something quite luxurious about a suicide door.
Oh, of course, the back doors on the roller, one that Alan Sugar's got. That's got suicide doors at that.
Phantom. Yeah, it's got suicide doors. It's so you can't see up his skirt when he gets in and out. It is a Volvo Amazon, but not as you know it. So there's all sorts of interesting new...
That's the deadlock system, on off.
Deadlocking the doors, good idea. Got it. So it's green when it's locked?
It's when it's locked, yeah, the green sort of carry on.
Okay.
But saying that, I said, you know, it's got bare claw catches, which you really, really want and need on the suicide doors. So it's got those anyway. So strictly speaking, it doesn't need this, but it's belt and braces. Better safe than sorry. Because if the doors come open, good night Vienna.
Good luck closing them.
Well, yeah, the doors will, I say, be off a mile down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't end there, because eagle-eyed viewers would realise that this is a 2-door Amazon estate. Which is, how many are there of those?
There's a few. The best known one is the one that Guy Martin, the bike racing's got.
Oh,
that's got a 650 brake horsepower Volvo engine in it. And there's a video on YouTube with it seeing off a Ferrari. And Guy Martin said it's the fastest car he's ever owned. I mean, obviously there are fast cars, but Guy Martin said the fastest car he's ever owned and driven. And he loves the car. It's his only car.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not on a van.
And a
not a van though, a lovely van.
But there are one or two 2-door estates, but not many.
Well, it's a really marvellous job. I get some shots inside. And then we'll go outside. 2-door. Polestar all the way through. Tow rope there, that's very telling. Tow rope just under the dash.
With tow rope, optional extra.
Yeah. It's useful to have around, I suppose.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, that's AA or ROC recovery.
Yeah.
But that, you don't ever need that on Amazon because they're so bloody reliable.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's closing the bonnet, really reliable. The bonnet can get you don't even have to think about it. The bonnet just closes, doesn't it? No problem at all. It's kept all its character. It still feels like an old car. I don't know what an Amazon feels like. It does feel like an Amazon. It sounds like an Amazon. It has a Volvo engine, and it does feel like
Amazons are very, very capable cars. I mean, you know, if you're driving Morris Minor, you know you're driving a Morris Minor.
You could have done it there, look at all this. Oh, what a risk taker. Suicide driver. So we're doing the national speed limit.
Yeah, 70 off
60, 70. It feels really solid. It doesn't feel like it's having to work hard. My feet are quite hot though.
Yeah, I had the heater on, I've turned it off now.
Alright. Stockbridge. Lovely little market town. Just down the road from Alresford. It's not as good as Alresford, obviously.
No, of course not.
It's not as good. But, you know, it's getting there. Up and coming. We're going down Stockbridge High Street so we can do the head turn test.
Yeah, most people just see an old Volvo, don't understand it.
Yeah, what's that? Well, it's one of those things that it's obviously, I mean, it's got to be obvious to people who don't really like cars that there's something interesting, though, right?
The colour is sort of very in your face. It's a Marmite colour.
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's not subtle.
No.
But it's not bright yellow, is it?
No, but it's quite, yeah. You'll notice this car in the car park. You'll never lose it amongst a sea of white, black and gunmetal cars.
Yeah, oh, there's a P1800 there, look.
Where?
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. I thought you were into your Volvos.
It's the same year as well, that's 1965, same as this.
1965, that's something I didn't ask. So let's do the numbers. Let's do the engine. So it's a B1800?
No, it originally had the B18, the 1.8 engine, but it's now got the B20, which is the 2 litre engine. Same engine, a little bit more power, but more torque, which is the important thing. It's got the 4-speed gearbox, which is the M40, but it's the M41 version, which is the one with overdrive. If you've got an old car, you've got to have overdrive for motorways and fast cruising. And very desirable on any car, Amazons and P1800s. I think P1800s had them as standard, but on Amazons they were an option.
Well, cruising speed of your average car now is 70 miles an hour, no problem at all. Most cars can do 100.
Oh, yeah.
So in the 65, you've got cars doing 40.
Well, those are the Morris Minors and MGBs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cruise at around 80 most of the time.
Shh.
Oh, yeah, so on private roads.
Kilometres an hour.
On private roads.
You should convert to miles an hour. A lot of people are doing it nowadays, Gary. So it does have a firm ride, but your teeth are safe. It's not too firm. Nice little corner here. It's very capable, isn't it? Does not feel like an estate car at all.
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, as an older car, it doesn't weigh half as much as a modern estate.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not heavy cars. They're solid. They're well built. And they've got good quality steel. But at the end of the day, still as an older car, it's not as heavy as any modern car.
And what is the weight?
Haven't got a clue.
You don't know how
Google it.
Google it. Although this is probably a little bit lighter than your average one, or a little bit heavier, do you think?
And then average Amazon.
But this one in particular, do you think you've added more weight or taken weight out?
I would say it's probably exactly the same.
Much of a muchness.
The back doors have been shortened and welded up. It's got the longer doors from the two-door. So no, I'd say it's probably about the same as a standard Amazon.
Which is roughly.
Google it.
Gary's also got a two-door saloon Amazon,
Yeah.
which has just had a brand new Chevy Crate engine put in, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a 6.3 litre V8 from Blueprints. It's a brand new engine, and they come with dyno sheets, and it's dynoed at 447 brake horsepower and 474 pounds of torque. And it's going to have a Tremec TKX gearbox on it, which is a 5-speed box rated to 650 brake horsepower, and I'm having currently a custom Ford 9-inch rear axle built, which will easily handle the power of the engine. But it's going to look exactly the same. It's a sleeper. So,
Have you got a line lock?
you know I've got